This is Miss Brianne, and welcome to another meeting of Sensory Friends. And this is the program where we meet once a year on a Thursday during the school year in order for me to demonstrate all the different sensory toys and activities that are easy to assemble at home for you to enjoy. Now, as you might have guessed already, this month is our last month of our Sensory Friends for the school year. We're going to take a break in the summer and we will return in September. Now, as far as I know, Sensory Friends will continue to remain virtual for the time being, but we will keep you updated if we go back to in person. But for now, enjoy us here virtually from the comfort of your own home. And you can watch your videos anytime you want. That's another plus, isn't it, boys and girls? Well, in any event, this is going to be our last month of Sensory Friends for the school year before we take our break. Now, as you all know, it's the month of June, and it's going to be the beginning of, we're ending spring in late June and beginning summer, but June is also the final month of the school year. And it's usually a very stressful time because you're trying to get everything done before you're off for the summer. So it can be a little stressful at times. Well, today I'm going to show you how to create something that may help calm you down. But before we do that, we're going to read a story. Now, as you know, June is when the school year ends and summer vacation begins. And sometimes the last day of school, while it can be fun, it can be a little stressful. You know, saying goodbye to your friends. You're probably going to miss your teacher. You're not going to know what's going to happen next year. Now, I know some of you boys and girls may have already finished school for the year, but there are also some of you that are probably still in school and maybe are not looking forward to the last day of school. Well, I'm going to read a book for you today, which is about a young girl who is thinking about her last day of school, and she doesn't really seem too happy about it. But this book is called Lizzie and the Last Day of School. So now let's begin. Lizzie and the Last Day of School. The author is Trinka Hakes Noble. Trinka Hakes Noble. Now, the author is the person who writes the words to the story. The illustrator is Kris Aro McLeod. And the illustrator is the person who draws the pictures of the story. And we also have a publisher involved, and the publisher is that company who puts the book into print and sends it to the bookstores to sell. And the publisher for this is Sleeping Bear Press. So, with that being said, are we ready to begin? Alright, let's get started. Lizzie loved school. First, she loved nursery school. Yeah, nursery school is probably the fun one for all the little guys, right? They don't really need to worry about a lot of the things like math and science, unless it's having fun. Or at least that's how it was for me when I was in nursery school. Then, Lizzie loved kindergarten even more. Kindergarten was probably still a little fun for you boys and girls, but then you have to learn things like math and science and reading. But it still could be fun at times. She loved the smell of new books and her little desk. New books was always an exciting time for me. I hope it was an exciting time for you boys and girls if you saw a brand new book, especially with the book fairs. She loved hearing the happy voices at playtime. She loved seeing the bright artwork in the halls. And the cool water from the drinking fountain always tasted the best. In fact, Lizzie loved everything about school. true. Some people like school, others not so much. And that's okay. Yeah, I don't know. How many of you boys and girls love school? How many not so much? Probably about 50-50, but it happens. I didn't like school much when I was younger. I only started liking it when I was older. And that's okay, right? But when the last day of kindergarten came, Lizzie was sad. So Lizzie was sad. She had to say goodbye to school for the summer and say goodbye to all her friends. That could be sad. So, that summer, Lizzie played school with her baby sister Lulu. That's one way to cheer you up, right, boys and girls? Now, Lizzie was going to be a big first grader. Your first year of school, said Mom, proudly handing her a new pencil case. Your first year of school, said Dad, proudly handing her a new backpack. Even baby Lulu gave her a giant box of crayons. Yippee! Thought Lizzie. A whole year of school. So everybody's saying that's her first year of school. And it looks like Lizzie thinks that school's going to be around for the whole year. What do you think, boys and girls? Is Lizzie correct? What do you think? Probably what her parents mean is that first grade is like the actual school, or you learn all the things like math and science and history in simpler form, of course, but you start to learn those in first grade. But Lizzie thinks it means that school's going to be around for a whole year. Let's see. On the first day of school, Lizzie's teacher printed her name on the board in big letters. As you can see, Miss Giglien. I hope I pronounced that correctly. But you can call me Miss G, she smiled. This is my first year of teaching, and you are my first class. Let's make this the best year of school ever. Yippee! Thought Lizzie. Even Miss G said it was a whole year of school. So it looks like she has a great teacher who's very excited to teach because it's her very first class. And she said, make it the best year ever. What do you think Miss G means when she wants it to be the best year ever? Well, she probably wants to make the school year a great one. But according to Lizzie, she thinks it's going to be a whole year of school. Let's find out what happens. That fall, the librarian, Mrs. Reed, gave them the Centipede Reading Award because they read 100 books. Does anybody's school have that type of program? I know some schools do, where you get a reward for reading 100 books. Everyone called them Miss G's Little Reading Centipedes. Lizzie brought home lots of books for Lulu. That winter, Mr. Muscle, the gym teacher, taught them how to hop, skip, and jump to fast music. Even Miss G joined in. Jump back, everyone, laughed Mr. Muscle. Here comes Miss G's jolly little jumpers. At home, Lizzie showed Lulu how to hop, skip, and jump. So it looks like Lizzie is having a lot of fun in school, huh? What do you think is going to happen when the school year is over? Do you think she'll be happy, or do you think she'll be sad? Well, let's read to find out. That spring, they won the Nature Study Award for their bee and butterfly garden. And the winner is Miss G's honeybees, announced Mr. Gardner, the science teacher. Miss G made them wings, so they buzzed down the hall to their room. At home, Lizzie let Lulu try on her wings. Even the cafeteria ladies thought Miss G's class was the best because her students ate their peas before their desserts. "Here comes Miss G's little green peas," they cooed. So Miss G made them all little green leaf hats to wear at lunchtime to remind them to eat their veggies first. Lizzie let Lulu wear her leaf hat at dinner. I don't know, looks like it's going to be the end of the school year soon. Let's see what happens. But one day, they didn't go to the library because Mrs. Reed was taking inventory. Then, Miss G collected all their reading books, but didn't hand out any new ones. Uh-oh. Looks like the school year's ending. That's going to be sad. The next day, they cleaned out their garden, and Mr. Mussel took everyone outside for field day. "But shouldn't we be doing math right now?" asked Lizzie. What do you think, boys and girls? Have you ever had special events at your school where your normal day was a little bit different? How did you feel about that? And also, who's had field day at their school? Maybe not this year, but if you think about earlier years. What do you think? Was it a lot of fun? Probably wasn't. It seems like everybody's having fun except for Lizzie. Let's see what happens. Then, it happened. "Class tomorrow is our last day of school," announced Miss G. "It will be a half a day, and we will be cleaning out our desks, so please bring a big bag or box." All the kids cheered. "Yippee!" they shouted. "Tomorrow is the last day of school!" So it looks like a lot of the kids are happy because it's the last day of school and they can enjoy their summer vacation. But Lizzie didn't cheer. Lizzie didn't shout yippee. Lizzie just frowned. Looks like she's not happy. Let's see what happens. That night, Lizzie was very sad. "Tomorrow is the last day of school," she cried. "Not even a whole day, just a half." "Look," said Mom, trying to cheer her up. "Baby Lulu is bringing you chalk. She wants you to write the ABCs for her." Looks like the baby wants to learn too. But Lizzie was too sad to play school with baby Lulu. Let's see what happens. The next morning, Lizzie's school was bursting with happy noise. In no time, everyone's desks were cleaned out. Everyone hugged and waved goodbye. Everyone ran out the door. Everyone except Lizzie. Lizzie was the last one to leave. She didn't even hug Miss G goodbye. But halfway home, Lizzie stopped. "This can't be be the last day?" she demanded. "It was supposed to be a whole year of school." So Lizzie sneaked back just to make sure. Besides, she wanted to give Miss G a hug. Well, let's see what happens. School papers littered the sidewalk and parking lot, but Mr. Broom, the janitor, was stretched out in a lounge chair, sipping lemonade. "Mr. Broom, shouldn't you be sweeping up the papers?" Lizzie asked. "Hey, kid, school's out for summer. I'm taking the afternoon off." So it looks like all the teachers and staff are happy that school is over for the summer. Lizzie slipped in the back door. Loud music was booming from the teacher's lounge. Lizzie looked in. The teachers were partying! So it looks like the teachers are having their end of the year party to celebrate another school year over, right? That's okay, right, boys and girls? But Lizzie, doesn't seem like Lizzie's too happy. But Miss G wasn't there. So Lizzie tiptoed down the hall toward her room. The hall seemed too long, too quiet, and too empty. No kids lined up at the drinking fountain, no brightly colored artwork on the walls, no shiny planets and stars hanging from the ceiling. Lizzie felt very sad and lonely. Lizzie peeked in and saw Miss G, who looked just as sad and lonely as Lizzie. It looks like all the teachers are enjoying the end of the school year except for Miss G. Why do you think Miss G is sad? She probably was happy about teaching in the school year too, especially since it was her first year and now it's over. Well, let's see what happens. "Miss G," whispered Lizzie softly, "I came back to give you a hug." As the two hugged, Miss G sighed. "Oh, Lizzie, you're just like me. We both love school so much that the last day makes us sad." Being just like Miss G made Lizzie feel better. So they both don't like to see school end. Just then, the school secretary came running in, waving an envelope. "Miss G! Miss G! You got a special delivery from the town parks department." Miss G opened the letter. "Yippee!" she exclaimed. "I'm going to teach summer school in the town park. And Lizzie, you can come. No last day of school for you or me." Now it was Lizzie's turn to yell, "Yippee!" So it looks like Miss G is going to teach a special summer school and is letting Lizzie come along too. So school doesn't have to end for them. As the two walked down the hall, hand in hand, Miss G told Lizzie all about summer school. "We'll make a kite and learn how to fly it," she said excitedly. "Or there'll be swimming lessons twice a week. We'll take nature walks to study bugs and frogs, and a trip to a farm to learn about tomatoes and watermelons. And of course, we'll have story time and snacks every day under the big shady tree." What do you think? Is it more like a summer school or a summer camp? Could be a little bit of both, right? I mean, who's attended camp in the summer? What do you think? Is it a lot of fun? Could there be learning as well? Or did you have learning activities as well, boys and girls? Well, it's possible. But that summer, Lizzie still played school with baby Lulu. And that is the end of the story. So what do you think, boys and girls? What do you think the lesson is of this story? Well, probably, school doesn't have to end if you don't want it to. Learning doesn't have to end because school is out for the summer. You can still learn no matter where you go. Also, if you like to learn as much as you can and have fun. And like I said, sometimes they have summer learning activities or there's summer camps. And if you miss your friends in school, maybe you can make new ones at these summer places. But anyway, the last day of school can be a time of happiness or maybe a little time of sadness. But either way, it's okay. Like I said, you can do whatever you want in the summer. If you want to keep learning, even if you're just reading books on your own, that is completely okay. But if you want to have fun, that's okay too. You can do summer camp or you can do family trips. Whatever it is, always make the most of your summer. Now, with that being said, we are going to move on from our story to our activity. Let me move up the camera or zoom out just a little bit. There we go. And we're going to start our activity. And our activity is called our Lego calming bottle. Now, it's basically a calming bottle that you can watch, and it contains your favorite, one of everybody's favorite building materials, Legos. And I'll go over step by step with you on how to create these bottles. And when you're done, it will look something like this. Let me move up the camera a bit and zoom in. There we go. So let me shake it up again. Isn't that cool? It's not the effect that was presented, but I kind of like it. And you can shake it or you can turn it upside down. It's kind of a fun, mesmerizing bottle or calming bottle. Now before I start, I just want to let you know this activity was from the website Childhood 101. So if you're interested in this activity as well as similar activities, please click on the web link in the video description. With that being said, is everybody ready to begin creating their calming bottle? Now, you should have gotten, when you register for this program, you should have received a craft kit with the following ingredients or materials. You should have gotten some clear hair gel, an empty water bottle, a small tub of fine glitter, and 5 of these Lego 2 stud bricks. You also need, in addition to those, you're going to need the following supplies as well. You should have a 1-cup solid measuring cup that you use for crafting, a plastic spoon to mix, something to push down the Lego blocks and put them in the bottle. I'm using the end of a plastic knife. I would recommend something a little safer like a straw or maybe the end of a fork, or you can have your parents help you. Also, you need a liquid measuring cup, some water, and a bowl. So with that being said, are we ready to begin? Okay, let's get started. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your solid measuring cup and your clear hair gel, and you're going to measure 1 cup of clear hair gel. All right, let me get the other bottle. Here we go. So we have 1 cup of clear hair gel, and we're going to put that into our bowl, like so. Here we go. Next, we're going to take our measuring cup and we're going to get 6 cups of warm water. So let me get that for you. So we have 4 cups here. Now I'm going to get 2 more cups. So we got 1 cup of clear hair gel to 6 cups of warm water. And we're going to, hold on 1 second. We're going to take our spoon and mix. And then you'll allow to cool completely before moving on to the next step. So I already have 1 mixture that's completely cool. So when we come back, we're going to move over to the sink area. And then I'm going to show you the next steps. So let's all meet at the sink. Alright, welcome back. We're now in the sink area. And the reason why I want you to do this over a sink is because it can spill. And rather than have a huge mess, it's easier to pour it over a sink. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our completely cooled mixture and our bottle, and we are going to fill it to about halfway with our cooled solution. Okay, so it's about halfway. So here's our mixture. Dry up a little bit. So once we have that, we are going to take our glitter and we're going to pour a little bit of the glitter into our bottle. That should be enough. You don't need much. Oops. The next thing you're going to do is take your 5 Lego stud bricks, and one by one you're going to drop them into the bottle. Then you're going to use whatever you need to try and push the Lego bricks as down to the bottom as you can. Do this a few times. You do this in order to try and remove as many of the air bubbles as you can. And this may take several times in a couple of months to remove all the air bubbles. Almost like my sensory lamp at home. It took several months for all the plastic animals to move around. They were always floating at the top. I would constantly have to move them to the bottom. So once you're kind of comfortable where they are, see if I can get this last one. Okay, this one's being stubborn, so I'm just going to leave it for now. Once you got your bricks to where you want them, you're going to then take your mixture and fill it almost to the top with the solution. There we go. Let me dry that off. So then, once you're done, you're going to close your water bottle, and you're going to shake it as vigorously as you can. And then you're just going to test to see how it works. The way the bricks are falling. Some of them are going to still stay upward, but that's going to take some time. I'm probably going to be pushing it down a little bit more. But you can see how you like. If the bricks are falling too fast for you, what you can do is empty your mixture into the bowl, add a little bit more hair gel, mix it up and put it back in, then test it again. If the bricks are moving too slow for you, and again, empty the mix back into the bowl, put a little bit more warm water, mix, let cool, and then add to the bottle and test again. But anyway, it has a very soothing, calming effect. I kind of like the effect of this. I know it's probably not what we expect, but I think it works pretty cool. But in any event, I hope you enjoyed this activity. I certainly enjoyed making it with you. And thank you so much for joining me this school year, even though we couldn't do it in person. I look forward to September when we have all these different sensory activities for us to try. But until then, this is Miss Brianne saying take good care of yourselves, enjoy the rest of your week, and have a great summer, and I'll see you in September.